This enclosure is gonna have to come out. That one, that one, that one, that one. That's all of them. All right, well, you know the drill. Out the window.
Hi.
Welcome back to Talking Serpents. So, you know what's going on from the last video if you watched that. We're going to be installing Slipknot's new reptile enclosure. So that is 8 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and 30 inches tall. We're gonna have to take the whole thing apart because it is pretty large. So every panel is gonna have to come apart. This enclosure is gonna have to come out. That one, that one, that one, that one. That's all of them. So everything's gonna be coming out, and my yellow anaconda is gonna be getting an upgrade. Right now she's in an 8x2x18. Like I said, she's gonna be getting a full 8 foot wide, 2 foot deep, and 18 inch tall. Just taking out the divider in the center. And my ball python, built him a new enclosure, like I said in the last video. So now it's time to set my ball python up in the new enclosure, take this whole room apart, put it all in the living room, and then put piece by piece Slipknot's new reptile enclosure all together, and then we get to put the room back together, just little by little. All right, so let's take this thing out. Let's get to work. There's so much work to do. Get going. So we're getting a little more empty in there. Just move the tokay gecko out here, the ball python enclosure on top. Everything's temporary, like I said. Oh, so now it's time to move my boa's enclosure down. Not excited for that. My back is, I kind of messed it up a couple days ago. Still not 100%, but the show must go on. I got stuff to do, so hopefully I won't drop it. I'm gonna film just in case I do drop it. I mean, wouldn't you? Just in case, right?
You gotta get it on video.
All right, let's get it done. Okay, just get on the damn table.
As the dog gets under my feet too.
Dear Kane, I got some hand gestures for you. You scoobity-doo-bop. Alright, well, that was what I consider to be one of the harder parts. Well, my back survived, Kane. Got everything all in there. Put this little branch structure in there. It's got this cave there, water bowl, some plants, lots to climb on. Despite what everybody says, ball pythons definitely do climb. All right, introduce him to his new house. So we were gonna go through the hallway, but that'd be a pain in the ass. This time, we're going through the window. All right, here we go. Out the window. Yeah, I know. What he's saying is, good job.
Hi.
All right, well, you know the drill. Out the window. So it's the next day. We worked late into the night last night, and we've been putting in some good work today. So here is this branch structure that's remounted. And then this one is all remounted. And then we got the heat bulb, 2 heat bulb kits in the center for ambient temperature. So this one is gonna be for day, the other one is gonna be for night. I might not even use one of them, but I'd rather have them there just in case. If you do need a heat bulb kit, I have them on my website, talkingserpents.com. Of course, there will be a link in the description. This is the new design with the lower door, so if you need to change your heating element, it's very easy. And yeah. And then over here, on above this shelf, I have a radiant heat panel. I figured I'd give that a shot. I've actually never had a heat panel in one of my personal enclosures, so let's try it. And then I wanted to make sure I had lots of lighting for taking pictures and videos. I usually don't have enough, so I put an LED strip right there and an LED strip right there, and I'll have them probably on a separate switch on the side of the enclosure. That way whenever I need them, flip the switch. And then now the next thing is to caulk the inside, and this thing is pretty much ready to go. Is that even real? So I thought I'd take a moment to talk about what kind of caulking I'm using. I've been using this for years and I've never had a problem. Both of these products I get at Home Depot. The brand is GE. They are both 100% silicone. And this one, the red, which is silicone number 2, has a little bit of an additive in it, and that would make it so if you're gonna be using this in an aquatic setup, you wouldn't wanna use this. I've been using it in all my personal reptile enclosures for 6 or so years. I've never had a single problem. My snakes don't scratch at the silicone caulking, and they don't eat it, so I've never had any of that issue. But if you really care, this one's same price. It might even be a few bucks cheaper, or a few pennies cheaper. This is silicone. All right, let's get it to focus. Silicone number 1. Get it in the same place. This is aquarium safe. So if you were gonna go buy something, I would just buy this. I had some people screaming at me in the YouTube comments being super rude. And I just want to talk about that briefly. You know, it's fine that I'm wrong, but if you're gonna go into the YouTube comment section and just stick it to somebody, you should probably just be like, hey, I'm pretty sure you're using the wrong product and this is why, or whatever the situation is, just present. And you don't have to be rude, because what you give in life is what you get sometimes, and you don't want that. I don't want that either. I work really hard to make these videos. I'm not perfect, and neither are you. You will never be perfect. Perfection is never going to happen, ever. That's okay. You can go in the comments, you can say what I'm doing wrong, or you can just say something positive, but you don't have to be rude about it. Think about it. So the caulking's all dried, cured, ready to go. So drop the bedding in. We're gonna use aspen bedding as of right now, and fill this thing up, start testing the temperatures, get it all set up, and then we can finally introduce the retic. All right, so the time has come to finally introduce Slipknot, my reticulated python, to his new enclosure. So excited for this snake. I'm probably more excited than he is. Until he gets in there, then he'll be more excited than me. But right now he's currently in, like I said in the past, 8 foot wide, 2 foot deep, and 18 inches tall. But right now he is, I think, just shy of 12 feet long. He's definitely outgrown it, especially in my eyes anyways. And I definitely want to give him something he deserves, so I'm so excited. Like me and Stephanie put so much thought and time. I literally put a chair in front of, in my reptile room, thinking about how I'm going to make this reptile enclosure perfect. And I just wanted to make sure you have lots of things to climb on, lots of lighting, lots of heat, and lots of just options, and something that he doesn't get bored in. And I know that he's a very strong snake. So we used to put branch structures in this reptile enclosure a couple of years ago, maybe, or longer. And you see the yawn. And yeah, he would just break them because he's just a strong snake, and he's very stubborn at times. And I had to make sure I took all the aspects of what a reticulated python is and put that into a reptile enclosure. And I'm so proud of what we've done. So now it's time to introduce him. I'm so stoked right now. Get out of my way. I'm trying to put my hand in there. Jeez. Reptile Enclosure's all warmed up, ready to go. Oh. Alright. Oh. Oh my god. That's a proper size reptile enclosure. Like I said, we've been brainstorming on how to build this reptile enclosure, how we wanted to build it, so we could be really proud. Like I want him to be able to go up there and lay, or go underneath the shelf and lay. Something large enough for him and his whole body to like actually soak in properly. Lots of heat, lots of lighting. And we're still probably going to add bushes and stuff like that, other, probably a bunch of fake plants. And, yeah, at this point, there's nothing more I need to say. We're just gonna shut up and just enjoy the snake enjoying his new reptile mansion. So I know people are going to ask me how much for this reptile enclosure. This is not going to be available on my website, talkingserpents.com. We've actually been doing a lot of research and trying to figure out what size reptile enclosures will ship at a decent price before it gets absolutely insane. It seems that anything over the 30-inch deep mark, 30 inches is a reasonable depth to ship, but once it goes to 3 feet, it gets ridiculous, no matter if it's a 4 foot wide enclosure or 6 foot wide, 7 foot wide, 8 foot wide, all that stuff. So we have thought of a new design for a new reptile enclosure, which would be 7 feet wide, 30 inches deep, and 30 inches tall. It won't be too crazy. I've already got all the details worked out. If you want to find me, my email on my website, talkingserpents.com, or you can put a comment down below and ask and inquire about that new potential size, and we can make it happen. So it's the next morning, as you can see, and we were in here until 12:30, maybe 1 a.m. just watching him slither on all the branches and shelves. He seemed really content, so it makes me really excited about all the work and thought we put into this. I'm really excited for that. So a little later we're gonna probably put bunch of green bushes and stuff like that in there, some plants, fill it up a little bit more, make it look kind of tropical, I guess. And then the next task is going to be, for the next video, making one of these two enclosures, they're both stacked on top of each other, into my yellow anaconda's new reptile enclosure. We're gonna have to do a little bit to it to make it proper for her. Again, this is 8 foot wide, 2 foot deep, and 18 inches tall, so she's gonna get something twice as big. So, stay tuned, that'll be in the next video. Alright, that's the end of this video, so if you like the video, strike that like button. If you have any comments, post in the comment section below. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.